Welcome to Retirement Talk, the show that gives you wealth strategies that actually work. For you and for many people who watch our show, thank you for tuning in. I'm Pete Benson, Dan Benson here, and we've got a great topic today, very important topic, as we're talking about ID theft and scams and some of the things that are out there that you need to be aware of and vigilant about. So, Dan, a lot of money is lost every year, and especially retirees and older people are targeted. That's why my antenna is up. You know, I got to be careful. Somebody's out to take what isn't theirs, and so you got to be careful. And a lot of well-meaning people and a lot of people that think they're well prepared are becoming victims of this.
That's right. You're in that group now.
I'm in the group.
So got to watch yourself. Estimates in 2020, over $1 billion was lost to all different types of scams, identity theft, things of that nature. And they were estimating around 2,000 Americans even lost up to $100,000 or more. I mean, that's a staggering number. We know people, clients, their kids have called in. Family members scammed out of everything. It's really easy to become susceptible to this, especially if you're vulnerable. And one of the most interesting ones we'll start with, the scams that are out there, is actually called the romance scam. And the romance scams, a lot of times will target single or elderly people that have lost a loved one, but it could be anybody that's single out there. And these could be things from even social media where somebody comes on and just sends you a message and says, hey, you look beautiful today. And really just wanting to get you to engage in that conversation to see where they can take it. Or a lot of times it could be one of the dating apps where people will set up fake profiles and try to get people to date. And the whole long distance relationship thing is really popular today. And the next thing you know, they've got a sob story about a family member or needing to help pay for medical bills or travel expenses to even come visit that person. Like, hey, I'm really into you, but a little low on cash. Can you help fund that? And so really need to be careful with these romance scams. It's easy because we all want to feel like we're close with people. And when you've lost that or you don't have it, it's easy for us to get tricked into these kind of romance scams because we all want to feel wanted and desired. And it's an easy one for them to really target any of us. And it's estimated that seniors specifically have lost over $84 million to these types of romance scams. So you got to be careful.
Sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, and then there's the grandparent scam where the fraudulent caller calls up and says, hi, Grandpa, do you know who this is? And that's very tricky and very strategic for them to say that, because then what they do is they wait for the grandparent to give a name, and then whatever that name is, they say, yeah, you guessed it, that's right. And so then the person unsuspecting feels like they're talking to a friend, they're talking to their grandchild, and all of a sudden they'll give details and things away that they shouldn't otherwise give away. So, I mean, it's amazing the creativity. So you really have to have your antenna up and be aware of what's going on out there.
That's right. And if you're not in the elderly group, just of average age, the other one that they're looking for are robocalls. And we all get the robocalls, and they're actually using the same area code that we live in now. So these guys have gotten really, really smart in the way they use the technology. And you get the robocall and they'll ask a question. It sounds like a real person on the other end, and they're just looking for you to say yes. And if you say yes on that call, they have that recording and they can use it for many other voice recognition systems that are out there. And that's becoming even more popular today. So the robocalls for anybody, just saying yes, you really don't want to answer those calls at all. Or if you know that it is one, just hang up, don't even speak, because they're going to record those. And then a big one, fake government calls. And we see this from the IRS coming saying, hey, you owe us money, and it's scary.
This is one of the most common ones because people, as soon as they hear Social Security or government or something like that, the IRS, it's like, oh no, I'm in trouble here. I need to give them what they need because I don't want to, not pay my taxes or something. They'll go so far as to say, we're going to come to your house and we're going to take you to jail. And
they will. That's right.
I've had younger people even that have said they had me and I was playing right along and I was so sure that I need to do this, even like somebody who doesn't show up for the jury or something. And so there's just so many different things that they use. And so be careful. The government, the IRS, the Social Security is not going to be calling you. There's going to be other ways. Right.
Never
Absolutely. They never call. There's going to be other ways that they get in touch with you. If they say that's who they are, you immediately know that it's a scam.
That's right. And it is, a lot of people will just say, I'm just going to pay them to get them off my back. I don't want the IRS auditing me or something like that. And it's a big scam out there, and one you really want to pay attention to. And I would say one of the most serious pieces of all this, if you get caught up in one of these scams, even if you get yourself out of it, it's almost like credit card fraud, or if someone gets into your bank account, or if they steal your Social Security number. One of the most vulnerable feelings out there is that you can never get that information back.
I know.
When it gets out there on the dark web and somebody gets your Social Security number, that information is out there forever. And we know family members that have been through that. We have clients that have been through that. And it's impossible to ever get your data back. And it's the one thing that you can't change your Social Security number and all of that. So once you have it, you really need to go out of your way to protect yourself. Make sure that you're double questioning a lot of these. My wife gets emails all the time about hey, from Microsoft, your subscription is auto-renewing, and so we just charged you $395, and if this isn't you or that's not correct, click this link.
Yeah.
About once a week, she sends me an email, and I go, look, you got to click on who sent it.
Right.
And so you can see the email address, and it's some elongated foreign email address, and immediately I'll tell her, look, you got to know who's sending it and be careful. But they look real, looks like it comes from Microsoft, it looks legitimate.
Yeah, we hope this has been helpful today. This isn't all of them, but it's a big part of the ones that you need to be most aware. Again, just have the antenna up and be ready. Thanks for watching our show today. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to see all the latest episodes. And this is Pete Benson and Dan Benson, and you are watching our show here today. And don't be afraid to go to retirementtalk.com.